7:30? Okay,
Yeah, she's just running the restroom real fast.
okay. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Those that choose to do so, please stand and join me for the pledge and prayer. Teresa, would you lead us in a prayer, please?
Father, we come before you in Jesus' name, and Father, we give you thanksgiving and praise for this evening, and thank you for ones that are here gathered in the building, and thank you for the ones that are gathered online. And Father, I just pray that you just give us wisdom and grace in all things, and lead and guide and just direct our decisions and our footsteps. And Father, just pray that you just keep your hand upon our town, and we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Please send the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Play ball. Straight?
That's right. Okay. Let
thank
the
you, thank you.
record reflect that council is in full attendance physically, with the exception of Councilperson Bass and Councilperson McGee. I believe we're going to reach Councilperson Bass by
Yeah,
phone.
I forgot, I'm calling her right now.
Okay, so we'll give that a couple of minutes.
Can't be far.
Hey. Are you ready? Yep. Okay. All right.
Okay. We have Councilperson Bass on the phone. First item on the agenda is the approval of council meeting minutes of March 18th, 2024. I believe those have been circulated. I'll give you a chance to review, and if you have any proposed amendments, changes, please let us know. Okay, hearing none. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes of March 18th, 2024?
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item is committee department reports. Accountants. Roger?
You're in good shape.
Good evening. I'll be doing the report for the end of March, which is the 9th month of the fiscal year. I'll start with the balance sheet and the account balances. The checking account, $85,131. Labor Day account, $2,160. Coal severance, $7,383. Special projects, which is in the BTI account, $209,467. Stabilization, which is also in the BTI, $376,205. Parks and Recreation, $14,781. Municipal Court, $37,683. Special Police, $16,932. Garbage and Sewer, $33,429. ARPA funds, $34,670. Contributions, which are in the BTI, $353. And special projects, $79,915. The next page, the statement of revenue. For the month, for this year, we had $19,437, which is a good bit below last year, but if you look at last year, for the year, we were sitting at $757,311. Good bit below last year, but looking on the expenditures for the month, expenditures were $126,718, about $2,500 above last year. And for the year, we're at $1.3
Thanks, Roger. Does anyone have any questions of Roger? Hearing none, appreciate it, thanks. And we are wrapping up the audit selection, and we're gonna have that out shortly, so we can begin our audit. What years did that cover, Roger? 2 and 3, okay. Okay, thanks. Okay, yeah. Thanks. Okay. Next item is a discussion regarding a home rule application. We've been working on this for quite some time, and this is just a discussion of what's necessarily going to take place. But what it comes down to is the legislature a few years ago made it possible for municipalities to, I guess, take more control. The theory was to take more control of their fiscal processes, and made this available by application. There was a pilot process, and following that, now municipalities, including Class 4 municipalities such as ours, can apply for what's called home rule that will enable us to expand what we can do a little bit further. And BJ, I know, has been working on this, and Scott has also been working on this as far as putting together the necessary ordinance, which we are not reading on first tonight, but within a couple of weeks, we hope to get a schedule of a public meeting together so that we can be more informative. But this will, like I say, it will permit us to handle some other types of issues more internally and expand what we can do. I think it's really a no-brainer. You want to add anything, Scott? Or?
I think that pretty well covers it, simply that we're looking at a couple of different issues that kind of on that under home rule. And by the way, if anybody's interested, go to the,
West Virginia Home Rule, just Google it.
that's under the state auditor, Secretary of State's office. You can see all kinds of plans, who all the home rule cities, the things they've implemented. What we discussed internally amongst ourselves, of course, is the sales and use tax, and also sell public property without auction. Those are two standards that most every municipality is active with. There's also others, but just a way to help the city streamline business, run up efficiently. Those are the items I'll take a look at, a couple of those two items, have a couple of public hearings on it, pass an ordinance, and get ourselves hopefully on the agenda for the whole board.
July?
Oh.
Yeah, should be, that would be, they do it every quarter, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Any other discussion at this point? Or? Okay. Hearing none, then, like I say, in a couple of weeks, we'll try to get a public hearing together and have our plan of action together.
Sounds good.
All right. Next item is the addition of councilperson Skeens, Armentrout, and Bass as authorized signatories on all town accounts. Really, it makes no sense not to do this. It just gives us more flexibility with, individuals that may be out on vacation or sick or just simply not available for an emergency signature. And we want to comply with, our process of duplicate or double signatures on our town checks. And it just, to me, it just makes sense to do. So is there any objection of doing this, or any other comments?
Yo, it'd be you, you said it, never mind.
It'd be all of us, which would make sense. It'd probably
Yeah.
make Ruth's job easier.
Yeah.
Keep track of me doing it.
I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Has to have two.
and it's better to have two. Yeah, it is.
So we have to have two.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to have two.
Well, I mean, and for security purposes, that's better anyway.
Well, everyone's still accountable and it's, you know, it's fully transparent and I just don't see a downside.
Makes sense.
Really. So,
Yeah.
so we do have a resolution, it's resolution 2024 dash, and we'll have to assign the suffix, but it's a resolution of council of Town of Marmatt authorizing council members Debbie Skeens, Francis Armentrout, and Becca Bass be included as signatories on Town of Marmatt banking accounts. Do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks. You want this one? Yeah, just that one.
I'll have to get the stuff ready with the bank, because you'll have to go to, down to the bank and actually, well, you, Debbie, you've done this, but you'll have to go down to the bank to get
Yeah, we'll have to take,
signed up.
and we actually have to pass the minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I'll get them, I'll get them done as soon as I can.
and we'll put that, if we have a
Stay on me.
public, if we have a public meeting, we can notice the approval of the minutes at that point.
Do we have to approve them? of them?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, well, thank you. Next, public safety. We've got Deputy Meadows.
Doug asked me to present this for him tonight. He's in training down in New Mexico for people police training. Went last year too, and it's really beneficial, all the new things and the education that they receive, and it's at no cost to the city whatsoever. All of this is covered, I guess, by state level, Mayor. I'm not sure the county.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
state.
one of the people that know that he's gone down there and that it cost us and it's good training. So he asked if I would give this, present this tonight. Now, I'm not gonna read over every single call that we got. I'll give you the high points of them. You can ask questions, I don't think I probably could answer them, but I'll do my best. He had a total of 119 calls last time, and of those calls, some of the highlight ones, we had 16 complaints that they addressed, 14 disturbances, 10 suspicious activities, 16 traffic stops, and then there's quite a few others that there's just one or two calls on. This does not include, these are your, I think you call them pad calls. This does not include all the people that come in, and I can tell you, the people come in every day, and the police have to address issues that don't go through 911 or Metro, so they don't reflect on the report. Some other things he'd like you to know that the Tahoe will need a front end alignment and a few new tires. I don't know if that's something that you'll have to have approved on the next time or whether it's possible. But we do need to consider that for that. The Dodge Durango was repaired and now it's in good shape. We got that taken care of. And they got a really good price on getting that fixed. We're currently in the stages of the National Night Out. It's August
6th.
It's August the 6th. We have several vendors already committed. We're in the early stages, so we haven't brought any budget or anything to council yet to look at, because it's a little ways off and we're just getting started on that. But I know our insurance company, USI, the Travelers, they're on board to help participate in that. So if you all know some state agencies or other agencies, you'll get with me or Chuck, and we can add those to the list. We're wanting to do a save-the-date type letter. The sooner you get out, because everybody's at the same night. And our fear is, you know, you're gonna take who invites them first.
Exactly.
So we wanna get out there and get some letters out and invitations and save the date and get some commitments. Sarah has already committed to us, but we asked her first. And
She's
like I said,
gonna-
our insurance company, we've got them.
The Prestera, she's actually gonna help us get other vendors too. Another,
Right,
other
she
side.
does. And I know, was it community? We just did it, we were, might want to see if we can get, like, yeah. See if some of those agencies would like to participate. So we're really planning on it being a nice night. Down at the ball field, we'll have rain fence up. We'll have the, the rec building available if we need to for a rain day. So we've already got that time frame blocked out. one person, it's working. You know, so I just wanted to, they really worked hard with him, taking him to a doctor's appointment, getting him all set up with like a social worker type. And, hopefully it's gonna work out.
And-
As far as what he said.
And,
But it just takes that one to help.
and they'll come up, if they have a problem, there's a couple of them, they will immediately come up if there's a mental health or
Right,
drug
and if there's
issue.
anybody in town that you all know need those services,
Yeah,
you'll let us know. She is really
Right.
dedicated to help us out.
Good.
but I'd also like to, compliment Truck or probably, Chief, because he took the initiative to just get with this, it costs the town nothing. And they're paying for bus tickets, because where we have some of them that are dropping them, they pay for bus tickets. And so I really appreciate Chuck going out and finding the help himself.
Right.
You
And
know.
we have another gentleman, I can't think of his name yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be coming in and stepping in our area, help us out.
Yep.
So I just think that, we are working on this. Can't see all this because we can't go there and say something.
Right.
We are working on it.
Yeah, and every community's got this issue. There's no escaping it.
So, go-
Thanks, Ruth. Appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is the ordinance for building permits and fees on second reading. This is amending Article 1705 of the codified ordinances. Basically, it gives us a tool to reconcile the project after the fact, to make sure that the person that obtained the building permit is in full compliance and everything is reconciled to actual expenses and such, as well as adding and updating our fees, which hadn't been updated for quite some time. Do I have a motion to accept on second reading?
I make a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll make a second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any public comment before we vote? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Oh. Okay, take a little break from our agenda. We have a gentleman here, Richard Lindsay, that's running for judge, and he asked for an opportunity to speak, and if you would step up to the mic, please, and welcome.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for letting me in on your schedule. I will be at the candidate meeting on Thursday. My name is Richard Lindsay. I'm running for court judge here in Kanawha County, 8th Division. The 8th Division seat is a new seat. I'm not running against an incumbent. New seat altogether. A little bit about myself. Born in Charleston, West Virginia. Most of my life in Charleston, West Virginia. Before I do the legal career, I held a lot of different jobs in Charleston. First job was bagging groceries at the big, when I was the big, used to be food land. I cooked glass for Southern Glass. Waited tables, Tidewater, part of Charleston, Holiday Inn. Well, some of you all remember that. And unloaded boxes. Yes. Worked in this community throughout my entire life. As far as my legal career, I've been an attorney for 15 years. I practiced with my father. I've tried 20 separate actions in throughout this. In my magisterial level, family court. Reason why I mention that is just like anything else in life, the more experience you have, and understanding the rules, case law, the better you are, not only as a person, litigator, the more justice, the more fairness you can bring. Often, if judges get in trouble, it's they lack that type of trial. Because of that experience, I think I will act swiftly. I do know that talking to a lot of different city councils, one of the delays council run into is when you have property abandoned, vacant, city's trying to easier to take down abandoned. As far as a little bit of personal background, I'll just go. My wife is and that's me in a nutshell. To kind of give you an idea, I think discussing home rule. Kind of give you a window of information. When I was in the state legislature, I always defended home rule. One of the things that came up that didn't exactly involve home rule. Last year I was a bill in the state's game law that prohibited city from levying city taxes on new auto dealers. I voted against that. Election year, probably a bad idea. Politically. But it hurt cities like St. Albans. It was a special interest bill. And I got flack from my caucus, one of 6 senators up 30. Wasn't. Of course, I got opposition was tremendous from the other side. But I did so for 2 reasons. This goes back in. I believe the government closest to the people is the best government. Always believe that as part of my political philosophy, regardless of party politics. You all are answerable to the people that elect you, and that specific tax is levied by the cities. If the people don't like that tax, then it's up to you to figure that out. The other thing I'd like to mention, I just didn't think special interest bill that's certain interest, despite the political peril may have cost. It, I think that's what we need more of.
We do.
More of. I'm telling you right now, as a litigator, that's exactly what you want. Someone who isn't fooled by a party affiliation, or personal philosophy or beliefs, follows the letter of the law. I will try to stay around. If I don't get a chance to talk to you.
Oh, I was supposed to say, you gonna be here Thursday night? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I saw this opportunity. No one knows me. I'll be honest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And also, someone texted me and said they don't think the mic is on because it's not, can hardly hear on
I need
the
to,
thing.
it's on, just you need to talk,
Could the batteries be loaded?
It's
just
working.
gotta get up
They
there
said they
closer.
didn't hear anything I said.
See this right
That's what I've got a message
Huh, oh,
that you're not hearing.
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, we can.
I don't know.
The twist.
Yeah, I mean, the mic's
Double
working.
A's, barely work. Yeah. I bet it's the batteries.
Double A.
You heard our ears.
I think it's the mic then. Yeah.
That's all you can do.
I was gonna say, somebody wanna use our mic when they go up there to speak?
No, just talk louder and put it up to your face. I'm serious, I mean, put it up to your face, to your mouth.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll have to get another one. Okay, next item on the agenda is a discussion regarding proposed ordinance regarding motor vehicles, including four-wheelers, side-by-sides, golf carts, and other powered vehicles in town. We have a draft ordinance. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is,
Okay.
it's just a draft ordinance that I would like for everyone to read through and bring back comments for discussion at a later date. It wasn't intended to be passed tonight, but
Thank you.
we just have that prepared and like for you to take a look at it. And
Get everybody caught.
yeah, basically, it's excluding ATVs on our side streets. Correct me if I'm wrong on anything. Golf carts, no, everything's fine there, but we do need some rules and regulations as far as that goes
Yes,
for
we
safety
do.
purposes. But it's not banning golf carts, just so everyone knows. But the main focus was four-wheelers, which definitely have more horsepower than a golf cart and, are definitely more dangerous. But, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this would not supersede any state law, right? On 61, for instance, that's a state road.
So there's two types of ordinance, one that permit and regulate these side by side. Some that we have, which is one we currently have in effect, this one prohibits altogether.
Okay.
We legal, but according to 17A state code, then it regulates the usage of golf carts.
Okay.
Registered, be a certain, et cetera. It's all laid out in there. These are
Tried to get that done a few years ago.
Okay.
It needs to.
So basically, there's two types of ordinance, one that regulates ATVs and our usage, that permits it, and then the other ones that all together. This will be prohibited.
ATVs, right, yeah. And with the golf carts, I think a good provision would be for an inspection to make sure that the equipment is in working order, like for mirrors and horns and things of that nature and lights. Right, so, but I'd just like for everybody to take a look at it and we'll bring that back for discussion.
Yeah. I only have one question. We was talking about the ATVs getting where they can't. But if they're street legal,
Oh,
we
yeah.
cannot do that.
Yeah,
Am I right?
That's right.
They're registered in street, yeah. they are
Well,
registered.
what I'm saying, because we own one, well, I just sold it, but ours was street legal.
Right.
There's a lot you have to go through to make it street legal.
And then you have to
if you
get
do
the
that-
insurance and registered and all that.
Right.
Well, you have to do that
You have to have a license.
anyway.
Yeah.
We already had our insurance and everything on ours, but what I'm saying, you have to have, like certain mirrors, certain horns, certain,
Yeah.
all that to make it actually legal to ride on the main road with.
Did you not have to go like through the DMV or anything and have some kind, I thought you had to have that kind, I mean, I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
I'd
I
have to
thought
ask
they-
Johnny, because he's the one done it when
I
we
mean,
bought ours.
I don't
We never
remember.
used it on the street, but I do know there's a difference in being street legal and not street legal. If it's not street legal, you're not supposed to put it on the street, side streets or anything. It's supposed to be for the out in the woods. But now you can make them street legal now.
I've seen some on the main road that
Exactly.
had license on them.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Then ours
Yeah.
probably did have. He
And-
did
and
that,
that-
I didn't.
And that's why we need to discuss
Yeah.
it, to know what we really want.
Mhm.
'Cause
But that's what I said, if we get to, we said we can't have them on the street, but we're gonna have to put something there not unless it is street legal, which abides by the state law.
Yeah, and the drivers too. I mean, they have to
Oh,
be
absolutely.
licensed. I mean, I would
I
think.
seen a golf cart run out here today on the main road, and it had a kid hanging off the back.
Yeah.
It was, to me, it was not safe because the car could've came
No.
up from the rear-ended that child.
Right.
But it was on the main highway,
Yeah, so that's exactly.
so
So-
we need something in place.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, please bring your ideas and we'll,
Okay.
modify what we have here, which I think is a great start. And, we'll take a look at it on our next meeting. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
She gonna make a copy of it for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
All right. Thank you. Next, the temporary code enforcement duties, the plans there fell through, so we don't have to address that, unfortunately. Next is code and compliance, discussion regarding allowing residents to have chickens and select farm animals as pets.
There was some, in one of the discussion forums on Facebook, we're
Yeah.
discussing it, and I said I'd put it on here. A lot of them, most of them are discussing chickens, and like, I don't even, apparently, I haven't looked at it, apparently some other towns have allow it. I haven't confirmed that somebody said Charleston, but I have not confirmed that.
I don't know about Charleston, but Hurricane does.
But is it in certain areas? Because hurricanes,
No,
yeah,
they have to be like pinned and they can't, they gotta have, a space and they gotta
no
have their own
roosters?
pen and, yeah, all of that,
Yeah.
And people have them so they can get eggs. But yeah, I definitely know Hurricane because my friend has it and I buy her eggs. But anyway.
but, it's just something I wanna, discuss. I mean, people that have chickens around here and they aren't supposed to. Anyway.
Yeah.
But, I
I
don't know where
personally
y'all,
don't wanna live beside somebody that has chickens.
what?
I said, I personally don't wanna live beside
I mean,
somebody that has chickens.
I'm just, well, if they keep them in their pens and we
I
aren't talking about
understand that,
roosters.
they don't keep the smell in the pens.
I just bringing it discussion. Don't have to get all,
No, I'm just saying it doesn't keep the smell in the pen.
well, some places don't keep the smell in their houses, but
I don't go in their houses.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, and I don't know, and we do have some problems, I mean, with, the felines that would probably kill them pretty quickly, and we have an abundance of those in town,
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah, I was standing on my
Hawks,
porch.
hawks get them also.
Yeah.
I was standing
We've
on my
got two
porch.
eagles.
Yeah.
I was standing on my porch the other night when it was raining, and I noticed something come across the road, and I thought, well, there's another cat. It was a fox. Went
Fox in the
right
hen
beside
house.
my car and up the hill there at Don Thompson's. I'm like, ooh, I didn't see no fox there until then.
I've seen two coyotes.
No, this wasn't a coyote, it was a fox.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, up where you lived, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
it
if
went
the
right-
coyotes come back
right
in,
under
that'll
the
take care of the cats.
Yeah.
Could be,
But I think we just have to be very careful.
but he
with
come
that.
from
Yeah,
over
I-
on.
I
in
said
the
I'd bring it
Reed
up.
side,
I
and
mean,
come across through there.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
one of those,
had a
Yeah, I
cow.
mean, you can keep them clean. I mean,
but
Madeline's never smells, but you can't always guarantee people do that. And of course, I know in the past, we've had trouble with them attacking children and, I mean, that was in the last administration, somebody let theirs run loose and kids couldn't even play out in their own yard.
never been attacked by a chicken, but I've been attacked by a turkey.
Well, let me ask you, do we already have something in place, as ordinance on
Oh,
that
yeah,
already?
yes, any kind of farm animals are, prohibited.
Right.
Cows,
Then why is there a discussion?
Well, because
because
somebody,
some people have been
Yeah.
asking, that's why,
But just tell me it's against our ordinance.
I know, I just, one of those, sometimes ordinances change, I just said I'd put it out there.
yeah,
But-
because I seen that one too. Some people was wanting some chickens for eggs, but
Yeah,
I totally get it, but.
yeah.
I get it for the eggs. No.
Okay. Thank you. Any other discussion?
Huh?
Okay, we'll move on. Next is a MS4 update. You have
We
anything?
usually go with it's usually in the infrastructure, I add it to that. So
Okay.
it usually falls all into it.
Okay.
Shoot.
Street update? Yeah.
Can you hear?
Go over there.
All right, can you hear me?
Oh.
Yeah, well, I don't really know the order that Brian normally goes in, so, to give you an update just on some of the equipment stuff, it's all still doing good. We've got some new tires on some of the trucks. We do have a couple issues with some of the streets. We ran into a pothole recently in 95th Street, so we're gonna be looking at fixing that, see what's causing that issue. We do have a steel plate over it right now to prevent anybody from falling in it or going through it. We had it blocked off with cones, but just didn't seem to be the right thing to do, so we put the plate over it. As far as the building and stuff goes down Rush Creek, we're making progress with that. We need to finish up some bracing on it. Once that's done, the garage doors and stuff are framed, and then it'll be insulation and siding, so it's coming along. I know it looks like it's a little further away than what it is, but there's, a little bit left to do, and then we should be able to start siding that thing, so.
You're doing some work on Cemetery Hill too?
Yes. We actually went up the other day, tried to unclog a couple drains, found a collapsed pipe. We are going to be replacing it and working on some of the ditches up through there to try to help alleviate some of the water issues that we had. I know
It's a lot of water.
Yeah, we had almost 2.5 inches of rain in our gauge for that last rainstorm that we had. So, you know, any small system like we have is going to get overwhelmed fairly quick, you know. So, but we cleaned some drains and stuff out up 85th, 98th, you know, and try to help mitigate that the next time it happens. But we've got the roads and everything cleaned back up, I think, pretty good. So,
Okay.
anything else? Like I said, normally I don't know Brian's routine on this.
No, that's fine. Any questions of
Anything on MS4
Jeremy?
What it?
MS4?
No.
Any,
updates?
what's that?
Well, one of the things would been the stormwater where you're, the 98th Street.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's okay.
All right. So, what do you want to know about it?
Well, I mean, any tips or anything on MS4 that you'd like to?
Yeah, just paint and oil. If you have paint in cans, open it up, set it somewhere where it's dry, let it dry and harden up. We can take it, you know, but that's the only way we can take it. It's not allowed to landfill, and we end up with messes.
Does Resource still take latex?
That I'm not sure. I can check,
Okay.
but I know as far as the paint and stuff like that, it has to be dried up.
Right.
You know, if you have oil or something, mix oil dry with it. You know, something that's going to absorb it and hold it. You know, we've ran into several issues where the guys have thrown bags in the truck, smashed it. We've pulled out, went down the road, and then we've strung paint down the road. And then we've had to go back and clean up. We've had to call spill lines, call DEP, clean out our storm drains. You know, and that takes up a lot of time, and it could be easily avoided. You know. So.
Have the issues with the fecal matter, has that cleared up?
Yeah, the guys haven't said
Right.
anything about it, so
Okay.
unless it's just happened to slip through and you know it's not busted, but you know, no, none to the extent that it has been.
Gotcha. Good.
Yeah.
Well, and, you know, just, I appreciate, you know, everybody's attention to that and try to follow those guidelines, you know, and respect the people that handle that, so.
Yeah.
Sure.
If y'all start dealing with that again, any kind of, you know,
No, they'd let us know,
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Please.
yeah.
I mean,
Each case we've had pictures and stuff, and
oh, I know, I meant like, you know, body wear you need, I mean.
Oh,
if
yeah.
if it gets bad again, I mean,
yep,
And speaking of MS4, I mean, on our newsletter, we had a nice little poster,
Yeah.
reproduction on there, and if everybody would look through that, I mean, there's
Yep.
some good tips there and, you know, what to look for, and, you know, appreciate everybody making an effort to do that.
Yep.
I don't have anybody else have any questions for Jeremy, or?
there is one more thing I'd like to add. I know it went out in the newsletter, but trash will go starting Wednesday, the 17th. Trash will be a one-day pickup.
Okay.
Now, we will still do the business pickup on Friday. You know, we have 3 of those that we pick up, and as I understand that they pay extra for that extra pickup. But all the other residential trash through town will be one day and Wednesday, starting this Wednesday.
This
Yes,
Wednesday.
This Wednesday, the 17th, yes. We had those just on Wednesday. I don't see any point in changing that date, you know, because we wanted to put that trash on one day. That way we had one day to focus on that, and that freed up the rest of the days in the week for other projects. So keeping them on Wednesday wouldn't be a problem.
Sounds good.
And the weekend of the cleanup, I think, is the 27th.
Yes.
Yes.
Just Ruth, let anybody know that we won't be spotting trucks that weekend if anybody calls in. No, okay.
you will be or won't be.
We will not be.
All the trucks will be down there, there'll be none available for individual rental.
Yeah, that's actually on the agenda. Do you have anything else you need to tell people about that, or?
No, once we do go to one day a week trash pickup, the trucks that we spot will go from where we pick them up directly to the landfill. We're not renewing the pit or the permit down at Rush Creek. We've talked to people and stuff. We have an issue with the metal being mixed in with all the trash. And if we could get somebody just to understand a little better that, you know, it takes time out of our day to have to separate that, you know, because we haul the metal off separate. if we could maybe come up with a little reminder to put with them, something that if they lay it there, we'll come back and pick it up, but not to mix it in because, you know, we're paying for, you know, that to go to the landfill now, so.
Okay, very good. Okay, you may as well remain. We have the next item on the agenda is a pay increase for Tim Hudnall and Corey Priestley. Previous meeting, sanitation, each was granted an increase. Both passed their Class 1 certifications for sewerage handling, and you know, it's in the past we've you know, given an increase in wages for, you know, that effort. They are both certified now, and the sanitation board approved a $1 increase for Corey, and make a foreman on the crew, like we had proposed earlier for some other individuals, but we need like that to handle the crew.
Yep.
So he was, a $2 increase was proposed for Tim. Any discussion regarding those increases?
Nope.
In that case, do I have a motion then to increase Corey Priestley's hourly wage by $1 and Tim Hudnall's by $2?
Is it coming from here or is it coming from?
Well, they're split. They're both
Oh,
split
okay, that's why I
employees.
was
Yeah,
confused,
yeah. So that's why both have to approve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
A second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yes. Okay. So new pay period begins Sunday? Let's move.
Turn in time sheets this coming Friday.
Okay, Sunday.
Pay period is Saturday, right?
Yes.
This Saturday.
Make it effective Sunday. Is that okay with everyone?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be on the following pay period.
Thanks. Good catch. Okay, thanks, everyone. I'm looking here, Jeremy. We, in conjunction with our fence that we are having constructed at Bidmore's Field and the playground, we thought maybe to bring to council removal of the 2 trees that are in the middle of the walking track.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, that would, I think, make it a much nicer walking area, of course, but makes sense while we're doing this fence to have everything cleared. And does anyone have any objections to do that? We have the equipment now to do that, correct?
Yeah, we have the truck, and, you know, Alan, he just came from Asplin. He's worked for them for quite a few years, you know, so he definitely has the knowledge and experience and certifications to be able to do it.
And to do it safely?
Yep.
Okay. So it wouldn't cost us anything other than, you know, just our wages.
regular.
Yeah. Does that sound like be good?
I make a motion, yeah.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, I think that will improve that quite a bit. And then, of course, they'll smooth out the track, right?
Yeah.
Once those.
Yeah, yeah, once the stump and everything's gone, then, you know, we can redo the track right through there, and
Okay,
I think it'll make it a lot more appealing.
sounds good.
Is there anywhere else in the ball field maybe to plant some shade trees for later? Because I know, because definitely they needs to be taken off those walking trails, but I know people kind of enjoyed the shade from them too. I don't know, because, you know, you can't interfere with the sports and
Yeah.
stuff.
But
either.
no, there's still one tree there
Yeah.
that's not the great big trees, the one we stayed under, but it needed trimmed up.
Yeah, yeah,
Put
it's
somebody's
right there
eyeball
beside
out
that
with
local
it, but
building,
Labor
kind of
Day,
sits in the
but
corner.
it's still, it will still
Yep.
be there.
And I think we would like to replant some, maybe like at Bill Wells, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then at our future site, at the intersection up here, you know,
Yeah,
for
'cause-
landscaping.
Yeah, because they have a better walking trail, definitely, and we don't want nothing to interfere with the new fence, but I do know some will fuss, because when we had to take out the trees at Bill Wells, you know, it's, you know, that's the biggest complaint I got, nothing, you know, no shade tree.
Yeah. Well, like I say, if we
It's
can,
a walking track. Most walking tracks and that kind of stuff doesn't have a
Don't have a
tree.
tree.
No, no, and yeah,
Yep.
and it should be gone, like I
Yeah.
said, but I just do know that some people will talk about not having
Yeah.
a tree for shade.
That's okay.
I mean,
Can't
like
stay
for
on the
Labor Day,
porch.
we rent the tent. I mean, we try to make accommodations for people and, you know, but like I say, we'll try to, enhance, the aesthetics where we can. And Bill Wells is an ideal place to do that, I think. But I appreciate, the vote on that. It'll be a big plus. Also, while Jeremy's here, I'd like to set a budget for the storage expansion, at the community center. We had, engineer Dave Hoy take a look at it, correct?
Yes.
And we think we can, open up I guess, an area on the left side of the, center basket, center rim on the right, toward the back on toward Ohio Avenue.
Oh,
Open that up and put a double, a 6-foot door.
Yeah,
correct?
the door will be identical to the doors that's back there now.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're like 6'4" by like 7 something.
And then a pad, concrete pad outside, so that we can store the tables and chairs, when they're not used. We just need to move them off of the playing surface, I think, you know, and,
Yeah.
and, that'll give us a great place to do that and make it more accessible on the stage too, right?
Yep.
So, what we're looking at there maybe is like a 12 by 20 maybe, or
Yeah,
if we can do a 12 by 24 pad outside and then construct a lean-to, you know, cover, just simple, wood and maybe siding or something, just
Yep.
something simple.
Yep.
With a metal roof maybe or something like
Yep.
that. We can probably handle that, and I think that'd be a big plus for us to get that. And really, it was designed to open up on that side, anyway. So this will give us some storage,
That we need.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
need it.
So we put out an RFP for concrete work to include, an estimate for that work, and also to resurface the, pads, the concrete pads for the shelters at Bill Wells Park, and add, an extension of 6 by 10, on each of the 3 smaller shelters for a kitchenette. And also refurbish the large shelter, the L-shaped shelter.
Yep.
That plus, a pad for four porta
Yes.
potties.
Yep.
And then the work at the community center. We put out an RFP. We only received one bid, which doesn't surprise me. We just do not receive, interest for some reason. But I think, that was, Charles Young. If we had a budget of 35,000 for all the concrete work, that should take care of it. But that's, I mean, you want to describe, the shelter work's the most complicated, correct?
Yeah, that'll be recapping all the shelters down there. A couple of them are cracked pretty bad, so in order to recap those, some of what's there has to be jackhammered up. If not, it's just gonna follow the same cracks that's there. Along with that, the pads for the shelters, the pad for the porta potties, that's gonna allow for wheelchair access off the sidewalk to all the shelters. Two of those shelters, we'll have to remove because the ceiling height's so low right now that if we pour the pad on it, you're gonna be bumping your head and stuff, so just take those down, put them back up. And, we're gonna replace that one little missing section coming from the Legion building out towards the river there, so you can actually have access to all of it.
And each will have electricity, of course.
Yep,
You know, for the kitchenette and new paint,
yep,
they'll be like new.
yep.
And,
Or the ones to charge their phone.
well, the
Well-
electric shouldn't be accessible, because we'll have
No.
that inside the,
Yeah, we'll have a way to disconnect that to them,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But that is gonna be pretty extensive
Yay.
as far as work and cost getting the electrical to them.
so I think, 35,000 should, the quote was 29, but that was for a smaller pad at the rec center. And, I asked, for the gentleman to get back to me, he had not, but I think 35 would easily cover a larger pad at the community center. 12, because we've quoted 12 by 12 and, 12 by 24, double that, but he didn't break it down individually, but I think 35 would cover that. So if we budgeted that, we should be okay.
That and the ones at Bill Wells.
Correct, it's all
Yes.
included.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I passed out to everyone equipment that's on sale at Lowe's, I think, until the 17th. And this would be what I would propose as a lean-to for the kitchenette on each of the shelters. That would include the refrigerator that you see pictured and a butcher block table with the microwave, and of course some shelving inside for supplies. Along with, well, you see a trash can, no big deal, but also the new grills, which would be concreted in to the pad. So it would be a really nice
They're still in
area,
there.
and I think, given the rental frequency that we've seen at the rec, the rec building, you know, I think people would love to rent these, and it'd be a money-making opportunity for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, I think it's very good.
And it'll be very nice.
Yeah, but that's the main thing, is to provide something really nice. And I will remind that we've got a $7,700 grant, which we have to spend and get reimbursed for. That's already done and approved, but we have to spend it. So that 77 will offset some of the costs here.
Oh, okay.
But in any case, that's the plan. So this equipment from Lowe's is $61,2908 plus the say 35. So you're looking at, you know, at $41,129.08, and there will be, of course, some other things like paint and electrical supplies.
Yep.
Any idea there? I mean, as far as budget.
No, it's, and I can't give an exact number, but, you know, once we can get down there and kind of get everything measured out and sized up, then we can give you a better idea.
Well, we-
That, and it's gonna be the wood and the material to replace those two shelters.
Okay, and we can come back with that, but right now, if that were approved, like I say, we're looking at 41,130 basically.
That will cover,
That's
not just the,
all the concrete and these supplies, everything except the wood that necessarily would be used to replace the shelters and paint and the electrical, which would be significant, but, you know,
is that a building for each shelter?
yes.
One of these for each shelter?
Yep. So we'll have to,
Yep.
I'm not sure what we have those at the rental rates right now, but we'll definitely
If they
have
have
to
to up and down.
readdress that.
If they're-
Oh, yeah, if they utilize that.
And I think so. I mean, you know, Coonskin rents those considerable amount, so,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, thank you, all that.
It's $50 for the big L shape one, it's only $25, I think. It's been a while since we had it,
Yeah.
really not a lot.
Yeah. So it'd be my suggestion, next meeting, we have a suggested new rental rate that will apply once these are completed. That way.
Hundred for the L shape. 50 for the
Any
other.
interest in approving this budget, call it phase one of 41,130 for the concrete and shelter work?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second, and this would come from special projects that are
Right.
in the BTI.
Yeah.
Rather than general. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so that's 41,130.
I thought it was 41,290.08.
Well, 41,
at-
yeah, 129, so 41,130 should,
Okay.
Rounding up.
yeah, just rounded it up by 92 cents. Okay, taking down memorial banners, something you might be,
Yeah,
Interested
Brian
in
had asked me to put it on there.
okay.
Yeah,
Some of 'em
we've
were
put them
rough
up,
looking.
yeah, so, like, I know the townspeople paid for those to have those put up, you know, some of them's been replaced, some of them, the brackets are broken on them, some of them's faded to the point to where you can't really read them anymore, so we were just wondering, what y'all thought we should maybe come up with. Are they gonna replace those? Are we gonna take those down? What,
Well, it was a fundraiser with the Women's Club, most of them, those ones that especially really faded badly, they're definitely out of warranty. So there's no way of getting those replaced. And of course, I know, there was some people recently had just purchased some flags, so some of the flags hasn't been up as long as what some of the other ones are. And I definitely know, citizens out of town and stuff have checked with me that if they ever do come down, they want their flags back.
Yep.
Because they paid for them.
Yeah, I thought that was.
So, some of them are in real good shape, and I mean, to me,
believe those
I
up.
think they look nice, and keep those up, maybe take down the ones that
Yeah,
faded and
right.
Yep.
that kind of thing.
I agree.
Okay.
Because some of them haven't been up as long as what
Yeah,
some others have.
and I've purchased 5 of those.
Yeah.
And one out of 5 faded. And the one that it was like the first 4 was purchased, the first batch, they're still good. But the one I did purchase later on, it's like we got a bad batch or something, because it faded.
Yeah.
And I wondered why, and I asked Terry, and she said she didn't know why.
Yeah, and of course, you could check with her to see by any chance when that was, because there's a warranty, but I don't quite know how long. I mean, I'm thinking maybe like a year or something. I
They've
don't
been
know.
up longer than years, so.
Yeah, so but don't quote me on it. Terry will probably know more about if if there's any warranty left on them or not. Some of the newer ones still may have one, but it is a nice addition to the town. But yeah, there is some of them that getting kind of tattered and kind of faded, and if we did take those down, we definitely need to get them back to the people who purchased
Yeah, well,
them.
if we take those ones that's faded real bad and stuff, we'll bring them back here to town hall, so.
Yeah.
That way they can come here and pick them up and,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it was our fundraiser. I mean, to be honest, it was our
That
fundraiser.
was something that I would have no idea. Family member came in, maybe a different family member paid for it, and this is picking it up.
Yep.
And then I've given away somebody's flag.
Yeah.
Because I have no information.
Yeah, and then we'll be in the middle of a family fight.
Well, they can bring them here and then they can pick them up. for
Yeah,
the-
we can bring, you all can bring them here, and then we'll contact Terry
Right,
Barley, and
right.
then I'll have Terry or someone pick them up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can definitely understand the ones that's faded beyond, you can't read.
What
Yeah,
about
because I hate to say it, but it makes the ones that aren't faded and stuff, it makes them kind of look bad.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Okay, I think that's a
but
plan.
people love them flags, and they're pretty possessive about them.
Okay. We skipped over an item, but regarding the promotion of Matt Morgan to split with code enforcement, that is not gonna happen with that.
Okay,
The last remaining item on page 1 is discussion regarding responsibilities at the Legion Building. What I'd like to propose to council is that we kind of split things with the American Legion. In other words, I think with the work we have planned, we'll be using quite a bit of electricity, so I think it would be fair for us to take care of the electricity as far as the utilities, and then the Legion take care of the water and sewer bills. We are storing, we do have an area that we are going to use
Yep.
segregated for our storage, right?
Yes.
I think that'd be fair, and that's what I'd like to approach the Legion with.
okay, that sounds fair.
Yeah. Anybody have any comment or any different idea that might be more equitable, but
What was high rate on that?
It was the
Water.
water.
And then the water affects the sewer. So,
Right.
once they turn the water off, there must be a code to set something running. Once they turn the water off, the bill went back down for
Right.
normal reading. But if it's left turned on, there's got to be some problem somewhere. Then it's almost $300, plus that made the sewer bill $116. So
Right.
we're looking at, $400 bill for 1 month.
Well, if that happens and they leave it on and the bill goes up again, then they ought to be the one paying.
yeah, that's
Well,
what,
that's what he
They
said.
agree. There's no disagreement in them paying
Okay,
it. Yeah,
okay,
don't want anybody
okay.
to think that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there's no disagreement.
Okay,
But to make it easier for the future, I think what the mayor was proposing
right.
is then put it in their name, and they be billed and responsible for the water and sewage. The town will be billed for the electric, am I correct?
correct, yeah.
And
Okay.
that's
Okay,
Yep.
okay,
then we're out of dealing with this.
okay.
That seem okay?
Yep.
Mayor?
You don't use the water there.
Yeah,
No.
but we would
Discuss
use
that
the
with them
electric.
first, or just
No, I think we should take a vote. and
Okay.
that. Do I have a motion then to accept that idea?
Make a motion?
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, I think that's, I mean,
That's fair.
it is, and it, you know, it just shifts the responsibility to those that are actually using it, and they just have to be, cognizant of, you know, leaving their home. I mean, we just can't afford to pay $250, $300 basically with sewer a month for that. Okay,
Yeah, it needs fixed.
and it was tested as far as a leak, and there was no leak. Yeah. Okay, next is, under Parks and Rec, thanks, Jeremy. Discussion and budget update for the fence project. Ruth helped me put together, what we had spent so far and what's remaining. The total project cost will probably be, of course, there's still rental for the auger and things of that nature, but around 115,000 total for Bill Wells, for the ball field and the playground.
Okay.
There were some change orders that when we met with Tomlin that we put in place, and that was number one, a 20-foot gate on the right side down 86th Street, as opposed to I think we had a 14-foot. New chain link on the back of the playground, and before we hadn't scheduled that at all. And then a gate on the front of the playground area on McCorkle. So those were a few changes, but it didn't affect the quote from Tomlin, as we took out the gate on McCorkle, the larger 10-foot gate, I think, on McCorkle in front of the goalpost. So that all netted out, but bottom line is it's about 115,000. We had 18,000 in donations, so total cost to us will be under 100,000 for complete new fence on both sides of the street, and I think that's a definite win. So just wanted to update, you know, council on that, and they should begin removal of the old chain link, I'd say maybe this week, maybe, probably next. It was 3 weeks, and it's been, what, at least a week and a half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
it has.
said towards the end of April,
Okay.
last couple weeks of April.
So that'd be good, so. That was just informational. Yeah. Next is a carnival contract, Councilperson Armour.
Well, I brought it last week, and I was wondering if Scott had a chance to look over it. You have not, because they're pressuring me to see, because if we're not gonna sign with them, they want to get another date, you know, somewhere else to
Yeah.
set up. But I keep telling them, you know, it looks good, I don't see any reason why, you know, not let something be in there, but he said be easy to work with.
I got a
Yes.
copy. Did you?
Yeah, I've still got a copy here, I was gonna say I have one here somewhere. It's in
Mine's
this
at home.
paperwork.
Mine's at home.
Here it is.
Here it is, here's one.
I believe that's it.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
Sure, absolutely. Okay.
Let's move on, we'll give him a look.
Okay. All right, well, we'll move on to the next item. It's a purchase of tables and ranges for the community center. I looked around on the internet, and they're all very close as far as the cost of the tables. Some we benefit from no shipping, but, for instance, the first quote from their Titan Pro tables, which is a commercial table, 10 of those with a dolly to transport is $1,297.81. No shipping cost. Second was from, I think, Amazon, $13.62 for the exact same table, same dolly. And then the bottom is from Zorro. It was substantially higher because they charged $1,360 for shipping.
Phew. We don't want
It's
that.
get bad.
Yeah, so, and these, I think, are the same that we have down there. They look the same.
They look the same.
Yeah, they do.
And I wasn't
How
sure
many do
though.
we have down
Yeah,
there?
how many do we need?
We have 23 that's down there that's out. And I think there's a couple, 2 or 3 upstairs. But I know when I took over down there, I think it was about 26 or 29, but 2 or 3 of them broke that was not replaceable.
There's no more left upstairs.
No more
Those-
upstairs.
The only two upstairs are those extra long. ones.
Extra
They're
long.
like 8 foot,
Mm-hmm.
those two are upstairs, but we took all the white ones down, just the ones like the, attorney's using. And
Okay.
there's 4 of those upstairs.
Okay.
How
So-
many do you think we need?
I would say at least 30.
30 more?
No, not 30 more, total
Oh,
of 30. I mean, we're not looking at, so if we bought 10 more, I think would be
I think
plenty
10
enough.
more, yeah.
Would be plenty enough. I know for that spring fling, we've already sold, I think she just told me, I think it was 30 or 33 tables. And we're starting to set people up outside now.
Okay.
So it's turned out to really work out pretty well.
Oh,
Okay.
So I think 10 more tables would be plenty enough.
I think so.
Okay, given that, do we need a dolly for any of the existing ones? Or are we good?
If we're gonna get to where we move them, we will need it.
Yeah.
That way,
Yeah.
we can move them,
Exactly.
stack them on there. It'd be easier for whoever takes them up and down.
Right.
Okay, so we need
Yeah.
3 dollies or 2?
You'll need, well, one with the one you're buying.
Right,
And then I think 2 more would, cause that's
2
10, we only got like 23 tables.
okay.
So 2
Yeah.
more dollies
Okay.
with that would do it.
2 more dollars?
2 more.
And,
And then the one that goes with that.
So it'd
That'd
be a
be
total of
$3
$3,
total.
so
Make
we
it
need
30.
$3
Still
and
only
10
got
tables.
okay,
33 tables.
Yeah, but
The-
I know you was getting a whole dolly for 3 tables though. $3 and we'll have 33 tables. And they'll haul 10 each. Okay?
and actually, this dolly will accommodate 12 tables.
Oh, okay, then that works out good.
Yeah.
That works out
And
good.
I think they're about 300 apiece, the dollies, so if we had a budget of 2,000 total, that should take care of all of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Is it okay if we do that at recreation?
Oh, yeah, it's good with me.
Okay.
That's where it's going, was at the rec
Right.
building. And,
Yep.
and I did want to just bring up real quickly, since we're on recreation. I just did a thing before I came, with the 5 or 6 dances we've had since we opened first year. After we paid out for what we buy at Sam's, what we buy, pay for the bands, we cleared, $3,800 and almost $3,900.
Pretty good.
So that's pretty good, clear money.
Okay,
Well, good.
that sounds good then. So do I have a motion to, set a budget of 2,000, which will easily cover this, for, the 10 tables and a total of $3?
I'll make a motion for that.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
What about the ranges you have on here?
Yeah, the ranges, we can still get them at Lowe's for under 500 apiece.
We need to.
2 electric, black, just about like what we have. That, and I think that, again, is on until the 17th. And we checked and we didn't approve it. We talked about it
Yeah, we
before.
talked about it, yes.
Do you want to do that? They're a Hot Point, which is pretty good, brand,
Yeah.
I think, so.
And they need some down there. Good price.
At least
So we'll set
one.
$1,000 for the 2 ranges?
Yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion to that effect?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll make a second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay,
You know, gotta have food. Hot food.
yeah,
And what was the budget on the tables?
2,000.
2,000.
2,000.
Now, the one range is okay. I guess we could store that, right? I think we,
I don't see why we couldn't, and then if you need it anywhere else,
Yeah.
you know. I was gonna, never mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we're never gonna use again,
Right.
we can probably get more out of it, out of scrap, and
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just order it.
so we get to,
Okay,
I think so.
I've got some metal dump.
sounds good.
Too, if y'all want it.
Okay, backing up, 1, Carnival contract. Have you had a chance to review, Scott?
No, he's playing fantasy football or something over there.
That's okay. Well,
So I thought I was gonna get back.
okay,
Real quickly, the state of Ohio should not be our,
Yeah.
contract entered into
Okay, will you jot down what changes you think we need to make? And I'll get back with him, okay?
Yeah, great. I thought we
Okay.
established that call tomorrow.
Oh, no. I didn't.
It'll be fine with me. I mean, like I said, I just told him I'd let him know something the next few days after tonight. Yeah, okay. While we are, talking about the carnival on Labor Day though, Terry and Lisa and I have been meeting and we've pretty much got a lot of stuff where it's, done. We've already got the sound system guy contract or set the dates. We've already got the, entertainments set up. Only thing I still gotta do on Sundays, the entertainment. We got Sunday, and we were only gonna do it for Saturday, Sunday, Monday this year instead of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
Because Friday night just didn't seem to go as well. I think people getting off work and everything. So that we thought we'd start out. We've already started sending out letters to people for the parade, trying to get people, already to commit. And we'll start working on getting our vendors, and everything. But, I mean, Labor Day, like I said, we've already got a lot of stuff already for
Good.
that. So,
Very good. Okay. Sounds good. Next is a discussion regarding celebration for students and closing of elementary school. Councilperson Bass.
You there,
Hold on a
Rebecca?
Oh, good.
I had a meeting at the school today, with the fifth grade, with Ms. Burgess and Mr. Hirschman, which is over all of that. And they wanna do t-shirts. They have 120 people, all the kids plus the little bit of adults that they do have. They were already in the works of getting a shirt made, but they want to see what we want on it. So I think they're wanting to do like a picture of the school and then the year that it was started and the year that it ended.
Well, if they're already got the stuff on, why don't we just pay for it?
Well, that's what they wanna, that's what they're asking, is if they get us a proof copy of what they're gonna have, would we pay for all of the students and the staff to have a shirt?
Do they have any idea how much per shirt's gonna be, or a general price?
Mr. Hirschman said that he should have that within the next 2 or 3 days. He just submitted it today.
Is it local or online vendor?
I believe it's local.
Okay.
I'm assuming that it's the same people that made the fifth grade, trip shirts for this year. I can call him back tomorrow and ask. We just had a quick meeting today before he had to leave, but, I can call him back tomorrow and ask, but I believe the shop is local.
Approve potential budget beforehand, because otherwise, by the next meeting, school will be about to be over. Right.
Yeah, I wish I had all that info for tonight, but I can
I
understand.
don't know what y'all wanna do.
Sure.
$10 would be a big
That-
price.
well,
Well, that was the main reason that, I'm gonna say, I don't think that they paid a whole lot for the fifth grade shirts. I think it was, if I recall, if it's the same people that made them last year, it was almost like 12 to 15 a shirt. I'm not really sure, but I know we didn't pay a whole lot.
It's 12 to 15, is that high?
no,
Yeah.
that's the going
That's
rate.
Is that what it
That's
is, that's going rate?
Yeah, it's the going
Okay.
rate.
Yikes.
15's 1,800.
Because just what I do, just what I do. And and the price of ink and stuff's went up so high, and even your shirts.
Well, I know Carver also does shirts.
Mhm.
I was heard for like $10 or $11.
But yeah, years ago, $10 was the going rate, but at least 12. And that's, when she said $10 short, I thought I would approve for at least 12. And
Yeah.
if you don't use the 12, but yeah.
Yeah, 12 shirts for, $12 for 121 is $1,815.
And how many kids?
Uh,
How
for
many did you say,
121.
Becca?
There's 97 kids, I think is what he said, and then 17 adults.
That include
Cause they-
preschool?
Huh?
Does that include preschool? Does
I believe so,
Okay.
yes.
14. Yeah.
And the reason why is because they purchased the school purchased for every student to get a yearbook this year. So they didn't ask the parents to pay anything on those. And I think that's more of the reason why he's asking for a little help. But
Yep.
I can get with him tomorrow and see if it's a local shop or if it's online and get maybe a more of a price.
Yeah, but if we don't approve it tonight, it'll be too late
Could we do
for
a
the next
special?
meeting.
Unless we do a special call, unless Dave
I
calls
do
a
that call
special.
severance.
What is it?
I make a motion,
1,500.
oh, wait a minute, I say 1,500? I, 1,500, I make a motion to do 1,500 as a budget. Go ahead and get it done that way, because otherwise we're going, special meeting, it's just, we need to go ahead and get it. I mean,
Well, did you not just say it'd be 1,800?
No, it's 1815.
oh,
No, 1,500 is not gonna be enough.
That's right.
100, well, $12. That's what I
That's
was.
at $12.
It's, if we
But if
do,
we get them at $10, it'd still be
It's less.
1,200, yeah.
yeah.
So hopefully we can get them at 12. That's the reason we passed for 15. I tell you what, it's gonna pass for 15, and if he needs the extra to 300, I'll do it. Okay,
no,
I don't
let's
care
go
to do
with
it,
2,000,
but-
and we'll just hope, I say 2,000, and it should be under that, that way.
Yeah, it'll be under that.
Yeah,
Sure.
That way, if it's
Yeah, I was
more
like-
than, 12, it's covered.
2,000 and a coal severance, right?
Yeah, alcohol separate.
Yeah, as
Okay.
long as we can afford it, yeah, no problem.
All right, I have a motion, $2,000 out of coal severance as a budget. Do I have a second?
I'll make a second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
That way we'll
Cut
know
you
that
off,
it's got it
Becca.
covered.
Okay.
Okay,
Get to work.
Cause it's for the kiddos
Oh,
anyway.
I'm going back to work now.
Okay.
all right, next
Bye.
item on the agenda is early vote for Kanawha County. That's May 1st through May 11th. That'll be in council chambers, and it won't be accessible during that time. They changed the locks and everything, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Election day is May 14th, and that will be held at the rec building. Right?
Yep.
You have anything you need to add?
With that, no.
Yeah.
No, we've
And-
already, got in contact and got all the papers signed and all the other stuff done that we need to take
Okay.
care of with that.
yeah. And I encourage folks to come out Thursday to come meet the candidates.
Yep, absolutely. Francis, do you know if, I know Lisa sent me a list 3 or 4 days ago. Have we had any more response yet to the
with
candidates?
the candidates. I talked to Terry this morning, and I think she said there was 23 total. That was as of this morning. But then again, she said a lot of people just respond with thank you. They didn't say they were coming or they were not coming.
Okay,
So, and sometimes they will show up,
okay. Any of the
If-
gubernatorial?
we didn't discuss who, we just discussed how many total.
Okay.
It was 21.
I just wondered.
Yeah,
So-
on the women's club page, I don't know if it's updated, but a day or two ago, she, at that time, of the ones that she knew, they're listed there. So if you go to the women's club page on Facebook, the ones that she had confirmed at that time, they're listed there.
Oh, okay. At the women, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Any good and welfare of council?
Where we approved for Mary Cochran to do the cats. Well,
Oh,
I-
yeah.
she's gonna be taking, about 20, this week. I told her to get the invoice and bring it, like we said, and she'll bring it to you and you'll be able to write the check. It's at the, Fix 'em Clinic, so, at $20 cat, so I think that's,
Yeah. I think that was coal severance too. wasn't it?
$20 a cat is cheap.
I think it was.
Yeah, it is, very
Yeah.
cheap.
Yep, that's good.
so.
Yeah, it's usually about
she-
50.
I
she
did
said
too.
to finally, they're, start getting them.
Good.
Good.
And, we'd also, we also approved getting her some food to help feed them, didn't we?
Gosh, I can't
I
remember.
can't remember that.
I can't
Yeah.
remember either, the food. But I've got some down the house. We got a cat that won't eat hardly anything but certain food, and I've got probably 3 or 4 bags we've opened. I need to get that up to her. I didn't even think about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
so.
if anybody has, like to donate, food, you can drop it off here and then we could have, Ms. Cochran, Mary Cochran come pick it up. So if anybody wants to give us some cat food,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And that's getting Miss Cochran cat food, not us, because you can't
Right.
accept.
No, you get it from Ms.
Yeah.
Cochran and,
Right.
We'll make sure she gets it.
Yeah, we'll just Yeah, it's an easier place to
Yeah, exactly.
bring
Yeah.
it. That's Gilbert Discount for us.
And for some of the cats that she keeps, there's at times if anybody has like shredded paper that you could bag up in a garbage bag, she can use that too. And I know my own self personally, I've started saving all my shredded paper for her.
But don't bring shredded paper here. No,
Right.
no shredded paper here. No shredded paper here.
Any other good and welfare accounts?
Yes,
Okay.
Terry had made a comment, on the flags. The last 10 that was purchased is the only ones that has a warranty on them. And she said the faded ones can come down. But the only ones that actually has any warranty is the last 10 that was purchased, just for clarification. Also too, a citizen had wanted me to, bring up, especially with sheets coming in and, different things. She was wanting to know if we could work maybe with the Department of Highways or something and maybe get something kind of added along the interstate, you know, kind of advertising like some of the businesses that are here to maybe help encourage people to, you know, come off of the interstate, you know.
Doesn't that have to go through the Department
Yeah,
of
it
Highways
does.
and the business
that's
that's
gotta be
actually?
the
Yeah,
highways.
you know, I knew,
And there's a lot of stipulations to that, because I've
Okay.
tried.
okay,
You have to apply. and,
gotcha,
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of strict, restrictions, and mine
Okay.
wasn't, I'm not open enough hours.
Oh, really?
So, that is, because it has to do with your restrooms, there's a lot of little stipulations there.
oh, okay,
So
yeah.
that's why.
So, yeah, she had brought that up, you know, as a suggestion. Also, oh, hold on, up on, of course, I'll need to bring it up to, oh, I see, Brian. But I guess up on Wells Drive, there's a place that's kind of given away up toward 132. In fact, there's even like a metal slab up in the road, and it could probably slash our tires and slash the citizen that lives up there too.
Tell him.
Yeah, yeah, so it's up
Jeremy.
around like toward the end of Wells Drive there as you go up and turn around near 132 Wells Drive. I guess, some of the road is breaking away and there's now even a metal slab sticking up. Yeah, so you may wanna check on that.
Yeah, the municipal property.
Yeah, yeah, 132, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, so she had, told me to bring that up. And also, then the last thing, a resident wanted me to bring up, and honestly, I don't think there's not too much that we can do, but I guess up on 98th Street, like whenever you lose power, the people lose water, and she was kind of wondering if we can contact Appalachian Power, see if there's anything that can be done about, I don't know if it's about a generator or anything like that.
So if they lose power, they lose water?
Yes, because I guess there is an electric, there's, you know, electricity pumps the water to go up the holler. And, of course, all of the hillside loses it too, you know, Wells Drive and all that loses their water every time the power's out. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't really much think, but I promised her that I would bring it up to see if we can make a call, or, because I know that's nothing that we can fix, but I didn't know if anything can actually be done and if we can make any phone calls or anything like that.
Okay, thanks.
Jeremy, don't forget.
Huh?
That wouldn't be good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I wasn't 100% certain, but yeah, she was kind of wondering, because every time the power's out, the water's out too.
Yeah. Sounds like phones.
I just had a couple quick things. We're, like I said, we're beginning our fence project, and I'm not gonna single anyone out, but I just wanna thank everybody that worked to get the donations and people that made personal donations. You know, we couldn't have really done this without you. So, thank you, and I look forward to beginning that project. And also, Mr. Young, the concrete contractor, did text me, and I had estimated an additional almost 6,000. He says it'll be an extra $630. So,
Wow.
so it's substantially
Good.
less.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Thanks, Jakey. Okay.
Yeah. So that's all I had. Any good and welfare of the public?
Let me double check if there's anything else.
Anything to go by?
Did you want to speak, sir?
Uh,
Okay,
I'll wait on him to bring that. I'll be here.
okay, cool.
Okay, good.
That's great.
Good deal. That's great. Thanks. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Same thing.
Right. Okay, cool.
Well, thanks. Okay,
I didn't see anything else that was.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
okay, in that case, I do have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. So you'll